Hey, Welsh Dragon Metals here. Today I'll be doing some metal torque on the metal neodymium. That's the magnetic material we all know. That's off a hard drive there, as you can see. I've stripped off some of the outer coating so I can label it and better show the shiny material underneath. So, let's learn a bit about neodymium. This is neodymium here, crushed. It's quite malleable, as you can see. Breaks up quite easily. Yes, it's magnetic. That's that magnetic material you have many different components made out of. It's worth around $44,000 a ton and climbing. So it's quite valuable material, this. Now, it's actually an alloy. It's made of mostly boron, in fact, and iron, with only a small amount of neodymium and a coating of around 1% aluminium. So it's actually not much neodymium in this material. It's actually recyclable. It can be crushed into a fine powder and then also squished into a mold with epoxy in order to reform magnets, such as this, which is probably how this was made. This is for a hard drive platter, which is from magnetic confinement, which will hold things nice in place, nice and steady. Also put some in jars, also little charm bottles. Well, that's their elemental designation, ND, for neodymium. Now, there's much more to this, obviously. Now, it's used in motors, mechanical devices for low torque machines and high torque machines, such as super high speed motors and super low speed motors. It's used in nuclear reactors, if you can believe that or not, in plasma confinement. As neodymium-doped laser lenses are used in inertial confinement fusion. So that would be plasma reactors and arc reactors, things like that. Sort of Iron Man type stuff. Yeah, I know. Pretty useful material. It's also used in headphones for the speaker element, for the coil, and non-electrical applications also, such as fridge magnets and things like that. Quite valuable, as I said, $44,000 a ton of this stuff. Let's have a closer look. I have here a magnifier. We can take it to times 60, see what we see. Look at that. It's quite a silvery metal, as you can see. It's quite soft. Doesn't look like there's much iron in there, but there actually is. You can see the iron very close up, tiny little hairs. See them? Look like iron filings. That's because they probably are. Strange sort of material, as you can see, crushed up. And it's highly magnetic. It's also used in things like magnet fishing, things like that. So there's a close-up look at times 60 at the material neodymium. Worth keeping this material as it's quite valuable and has many uses, also in wireless electronics projects, perpetual motion machines, things like that. And what are those things that spin around? Fidget spinners, that's it. And things, and yo-yos. So many non-electrical applications apart from speakers, motors, and things like that. But they're also used in things like levitation devices. such as magnetic levitation platforms for rotating jewellery or other magnets, things like that. These are the smaller ones. These types are actually used in things like models for reposable arms and legs and things like that. So more non-electrical applications. Scientists are constantly trying to find an alternative to neodymium. One may have been discovered recently, which will be even more magnetic than neodymium, which is extremely magnetic, as you can tell. See that? Strong stuff. That's just that tiny amount in that jar, squished in there. Try and keep my phone nice safe distance. Don't want to magnetize all the materials inside, as it will probably destroy my SD card. So maintaining a good distance, good idea. Well, there's a little bit of information on neodymium magnets. Till next time.